Hi, welcome back. So, as we talked about in the first video of this section, I wanted to just touch upon how do we handle messy data. So, to give you an example on how we get messy data or how the messy data is available, I just wanted to go through an example so that it will be more easy for us to talk through the process. So, I'm interested in the criminal correction activities. So I looked for some data online. I found the Bureau of Justice Statistics had some information. So what I did was I looked at the data like the correctional facilities in United States in 2014. So I thought, okay, let me download the data and see how it is. So I am going to download the comma separated file. As you guys can see, you can open the file. So when you open this file, looks like it is a CSV tables. So we have a folder in which we have all the CSV tables and we have a readme file. So if you look at it, so this readme file basically tells us some information on what it is like. The 01 file is the estimated number of supervised by US adult correctional systems by correctional status 2000 to 2005 and 10, supervised by adult estimated rate. So basically you have a lot of information in this. So our idea is to kind of look at some of the data and see what it is. So let's copy one of the files and let me put it onto downloads folder somewhere. So let me create a new folder and let me call TBL for Tableau, and I'm going to open that and I'm going to paste it. So as you guys know, my favorite Tableau, let me open that one right there, and let's see once we connect what happens. So once you connect to Excel and say okay, I have downloads, I have TBL, and looks like there is no file that is matching because the file we have is a CSV. So I'm going to say all files and it's a CSV file. I'm going to open a CSV file and it's going to take, it says an error occurred. So let's see what the details is. Illegal type of Excel protocol. Okay, so the reason we had that was because we said it was an Excel file, so we need to tell it's a text file. Now I'm going to see if it can open. So looks like we did, but if you see, this is very interesting. If you see, lot of columns are having lot of null values right there. Some of them don't have a state, some of them do have a state. So all of this is kind of messy, and then I have some data that is really bad. So this is where I would like to clean up the data. So that's what I mean by messy data being cleaned up. So let's open the file and see what's going on here. So when you open the file, you can see a lot of information being provided right here. So it says Bureau of Justice Statistics and it gives you the file name. It tells what the file is about. It gives you more details. But we are not really interested in all of that because we are looking more like at the data. So I'm going to delete all of that data. So this is what I mean by cleaning up your messy data. I'm going to delete all of it. Then I'm going to have some kind of geo restriction for this matter. I don't really need any of that, and before that let me clean up the tailing part as well. So I have some trailing data, so let me delete that as well. And then let me kind of, it's more like better now, but still it's not as per big if you see, because the US total is nothing but a sum of these two, sum of these two. So 6,814,000. So let me remove all these three of those, and kind of let me delete that. Now let me see how the data is. Now the data looks much better, as you guys can see. So we don't have a column name here, so I'm going to add state, and we don't need geo restriction right now. So I have some numbers that I have here at a state level. So let me save that, and says the format is CSV. Do you want to keep that format? I'm going to say yes for now. I'm going to close this. I'm going to say save, and I'm going to use the same name. Yes, I want to replace it. Yes, I want to keep the same format. So let me go back and let me close this up, and or I can go back and let me open up Tableau. there are different, I mean, you can, rather than the opening, in this case I did, but you can easily open it up. So I'm going to get the same file, and it's going to see, if you see right now, the data is very much cleaned up. So now you can go to your sheets, and you can basically, you can basically go to show me and see how you want, however we want. So, and then you can basically maybe color it based on whatever you want. And so basically, as I said, you can have the label or whatever. I mean, it basically gives you some kind of metric. So so that's what I was talking about when I meant cleaning the data. So what cleaning the data is you get some kind of data from different sources, and you then clean it up before you feed it into Tableau. So generally, in a world, in a practical world, this is done by some batch process. You get some data from different places. You have scripts in different languages like Python, Perl, or some ETL like Informatica, Ab Initio, Data Stage, whatever it is, however your organization does that. And by the time Tableau consumes the data, it is formatted so that it is usable by Tableau. So in case you don't have that, like in this case, we need to have a process, because we know what the format the file is, and we need to have a process to clean that data up, so that it will be helpful for everyone, and it basically gives you all the reports that Tableau can be providing. So that concludes the video sessions, and I'm very happy and excited that you have traveled with me throughout all the 7 sections, and I hope you had great time learning Tableau, and I would love to see you back in my other courses, and also I would be open for any kind of feedback that you can provide to Grey Campus. Thank you and have a nice one. This is Mahesh Guram signing off.